It is 6:45 p.m. on a Tuesday. You just closed your work laptop after 8 solid hours of formatting spreadsheets that nobody is ever going to read. You take one deep, beautiful breath, and for approximately 12 seconds, you think you are free. You think you can go sit on the couch, microwave some leftover mac and cheese, stare at a wall, and decompress. Then your phone buzzes. It is an alert from your dropshipping dashboard telling you that your supplier in Shenzhen suddenly went out of stock on silicone spatulas. 2 seconds later, an Etsy notification pops up because a customer wants a full refund and a handwritten apology because the vinyl holographic sticker they bought arrived 1 millimeter bent at the corner. And right as you try to process that, your delivery driver app sends a push notification with 3 fire emojis reminding you that the dinner rush starts in 20 minutes and surge pricing is active in your area. Welcome to the modern side hustle economy, baby. The glorious promised land, where instead of having one soul-crushing job that does not pay you enough to buy a house, you have 4 microjobs that collectively give you high blood pressure, chronic insomnia, and an additional $17.42 a month in net profit. Let us be completely honest with each other for a second. We did not wake up one day in our early 20s and decide that our grand childhood ambition was to spend our precious weekday evenings packing bubble mailers in a cramped studio apartment while getting screamed at by 19-year-olds on TikTok who claim they make 40 grand a week selling digital planners. We were sold a very specific, very seductive fairy tale. The pitch was simple, clean, and everywhere. Escape the matrix. Escape the corporate rat race. Build multiple streams of passive income. Monetize your hobbies. Work from your laptop on a beach in Bali while money magically deposits into your bank account while you sleep. They make it sound like all you need to do is open a Shopify account, post 3 aesthetic reels with trending audio, and boom, you are a venture-backed tech founder with a 6-figure monthly run rate, except nobody told you the fine print. Nobody told you that the reality of building a modern side hustle in this economy is basically just volunteering to be your own tyrannical, abusive middle manager for $0 an hour. You are not escaping the rat race. You just built a smaller, much more stressful rat race inside your own bedroom, where you are simultaneously the CEO, the janitor, the unpaid intern, and the customer service punching bag. Look, quick disclaimer, before my HR department, my landlord, or the SEC comes knocking, this is not financial advice. If you take career, legal, or investment advice from a guy who drinks 4 iced coffees before noon and spends his lunch breaks having an existential crisis in front of the breakroom vending machine, that is entirely between you and your therapist. Let us look at what is actually happening here beneath the surface. In recent years, surveys from major financial institutions and research firms have consistently shown that nearly half of all Gen Z and millennial workers in the United States have at least one side hustle. If you ask a corporate LinkedIn influencer or a self-proclaimed productivity guru why that is, they will throw out endless buzzwords. They will talk about entrepreneurial spirit, creative agility, generational grit, and taking ownership of your personal brand. If you ask an actual human being who works 2 jobs, they will tell you the blunt, unvarnished truth. Rent has exploded over 30% in the last few years alone. The price of groceries looks like a typo every time you check out at the supermarket. Entry-level wages have barely budged against cumulative inflation. And the starting salary for a job requiring a 4-year degree and 3 years of experience is still offering $42,000 a year in a city where an average 1-bedroom apartment costs $2,000 a month. The side hustle did not become a defining feature of our generation because millions of young people suddenly woke up with a burning passion for affiliate marketing or drop-shipping phone cases. It became a necessity because the primary 40-hour work week completely broke its end of the fundamental social contract. It stopped paying for basic shelter, food, transportation, and health insurance. And here is the dirty little secret that the hustle bros on your feed will never admit to you. The overwhelming majority of modern side hustles are not businesses. They are unpaid, unvetted, high-stress second jobs where you absorb 100% of the financial risk, carry all the operational liabilities, and handing over 30% of your revenue to a platform that views you as an expendable data point. Think about how a normal corporate job works, as mediocre as it might be. You clock in, you do your assigned tasks, you clock out, and on the 1st and 15th of the month, a predictable direct deposit hits your checking account. Your employer pays for the software licenses, the computer, the office supplies, the electricity, the health insurance subsidy, and half of your payroll taxes. Now look at the modern digital side hustle. You are the entire corporate org chart condensed into one exhausted human body. You spend 20 hours writing a piece of content or designing a digital product. You spend 8 hours fighting with a website builder because the checkout button is inexplicably throwing a 404 error on mobile. You spend 5 hours answering passive-aggressive direct messages from people demanding 20% discounts. You pay $29 a month for your e-commerce platform, $15 for an email marketing tool, $10 for domain hosting, and another $8 for graphic design software. Then, after 2 months of grinding late into the night, you make your very first sale for $19. By the time the payment processor takes their 3% plus 30 cents cut, the marketplace takes their platform fee and you factor in self-employment tax. Your net hourly earnings come out to roughly 14 cents an hour. You literally paid a multi-billion-dollar tech conglomerate a monthly subscription fee for the sacred privilege of working a graveyard shift for less than the federal minimum wage in 1975. That is not passive income. That is aggressive, self-inflicted, unpaid labor disguised as girl-bossing and financial enlightenment. Then you have the gig economy side of the spectrum. This was supposed to be the ultimate frontier of modern work flexibility. Be your own boss. Work when you want, where you want. Set your own hours. Complete financial autonomy right in the palm of your hand. So you sign up, turn on the app, and suddenly you are driving your personal vehicle through 5-lane rush hour traffic, burning your own $8 a gallon gas, wearing down your brake pads, and destroying your suspension on city potholes just to wait 25 minutes in a crowded fast food drive-thru. Then you walk up 4 flights of stairs in an apartment complex that has no visible building numbers to deliver a lukewarm burrito to a customer who leaves you a 3-star rating and a $0 tip because their dipping sauce was missing. Study after study on Share and delivery app drivers has demonstrated the same brutal reality. Once you calculate real-world vehicle depreciation, routine maintenance, tire replacements, gas, insurance premiums, and self-employment taxes, a staggering percentage of gig workers are operating at or below the actual poverty line. You are not building an asset. You are not building equity. You are literally just borrowing money from the future value of your used car, converting that vehicle's lifespan into immediate cash flow, and pretending it is a sustainable income stream. The platform offloads all capital expenditure and vehicle depreciation directly onto your personal balance sheet while pocketing 20 to 40% of the fare. What is even more exhausting than the physical grind is the insidious cultural gaslighting that surrounds the whole thing. We took a massive, systemic, macroeconomic failure, the reality that the standard work week no longer supports middle-class survival, and we packaged and rebranded it as an aspirational lifestyle trend. If you are bone-tired after working 8 hours at your primary desk job, social media tells you that you just lack discipline. If you want to spend your Saturday afternoon reading a book or taking a walk instead of optimizing your print-on-demand keyword tags, you are accused of having a poverty mindset. If your handmade candle store fails to turn a profit after 6 months of relentless posting, you are told you should have woken up at 4 in the morning, taken a 3-minute ice bath, journaled your affirmations, and listened to an audio summary of an entrepreneurship book at 2 times speed while doing push-ups. The entire psychological burden of a broken economic baseline is pushed squarely onto the individual. The dominant narrative insists if you are struggling financially, it is not because rent outpaced wages for 2 decades. It is because you wasted 2 hours watching a movie on Sunday night instead of building an automated B2B sales funnel with AI workflows. And here is the counterintuitive insight that nobody in the hustle culture space wants you to realize. The massive opportunity cost of burning yourself out on low-leverage micro-hustles is actively keeping you trapped in the very financial hole you are trying to climb out of. Human beings only have a finite amount of cognitive bandwidth, focus, and emotional stamina each day. When you spend every waking hour outside your main job, trapped in micro-stress, freaking out over algorithm changes, answering customer disputes over $3 digital downloads, refreshing delivery heat maps to catch a $2 surge bonus. Your brain is locked in a perpetual state of survival mode exhaustion. You are completely drained. You have zero surplus mental energy left to do the things that actually create significant financial leverage over the long haul. You do not have the energy to study for a high-value professional certification that could double your base salary. You do not have the focus to properly prepare for a high-stakes job interview or negotiate a 15% salary increase at your annual review. You do not have the mental clarity to pitch a major client, switch into an industry with actual growth trajectories, or develop deep, rare, specialized skills. You are so busy scrambling to collect $20 here, $15 there, and $8 from a random app that you never step back to look at the macro picture. You are running as fast as you can on a treadmill designed by Silicon Valley venture capitalists whose entire corporate valuation depends entirely on having an infinite supply of hyper-stressed, underpaid freelance labor willing to compete against each other to the bottom. In this ecosystem, the platforms win every single time without fail. The e-commerce platforms take their monthly subscription fees whether you sell an item or not. The social media platforms get endless streams of free content from creators trying to promote products, which allows them to keep users on app and sell targeted ads to third parties. The gig apps extract high margins while shifting every operational risk onto individual drivers. And what do you get at the end of the month? Chronic eye strain, a ruined sleep schedule, a mountain of quarterly tax paperwork you do not know how to fill out, and a crippling dependency on oversized cups of iced coffee just to function. So what is the actual, realistic takeaway here? Am I saying that you should never build an independent project, create something online, or try to learn an entrepreneurial skill? Absolutely not. Creating things and exploring real business opportunities can be incredible. But we need to permanently strip away the toxic, romanticized myth of the side hustle grindset. If you are going to invest your limited, precious evening hours into something outside your main job, stop doing low-leverage platform busy work that trades your health, your vehicle, and your mental sanity for pocket change. Stop letting multi-billion-dollar corporations convince you that working 60 hours a week across 4 disconnected apps makes you a self-made entrepreneur. Treat your energy like the rarest, most non-renewable asset you possess. If a project does not provide you with either genuine creative fulfillment, deep and transferable skills that make you dramatically more valuable in the marketplace, or an actual mathematically provable path to replacing your full-time income, it is not an entrepreneurial asset. It is just an unpaid, high-stress second job that is slowly draining your youth and leaving you with nothing to show for it. Sometimes, the most financially radical and mentally protective thing you can possibly do is close your laptop at 5 o'clock sharp. Ignore the productivity influencers, let your brain truly rest, and stubbornly refuse to monetize the last remaining shred of your personal life. Anyway, if you also feel like your entire existence has turned into a never-ending cycle of unskippable software subscriptions and jobs you cannot afford to quit, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It is completely free, which coincidentally is the exact amount of money my last 3 side projects generated after taxes and platform fees. I will see you in the next one.